Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuning in 10 minutes of BPTV News. I'm Hưng Kek and let's take a look at the top story for today. Vietnam, Laos, bolster chase and investment. Bùi Gia Mập invests 3.5 billion Vietnam dong annually in cultural activities. Party chief hold phone talk with Russian president. Vietnam Airlines passenger to access internet from 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, a working delegation from Bình Phước and Tây Ninh provinces paid a visit to authority, armed forces, and people in Cambodia, Trong province on March 26 to attend their New Year greeting on the occasion of the traditional Chóng festival.
On behalf of the Party Committee, authorities and people of Bình Phước and Tây Ninh provinces, Party Central Committee member and Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee of Bình Phước, Nguyễn Mạnh Cường, spoke highly of the changes in socio-economic development in the Bông Kim province over recent times. He hopes the province will continue creating favorable conditions for Vietnamese businesses, enhancing comprehensive cooperation in ensuring security along the border area, and fully implementing bilateral agreements between the two countries. This will contribute to nurturing peaceful, friendly, and stable relations for the prosperous development of border province residents in particular, and Vietnam and Cambodia in general, he noted.
The Vietnam-Laos Investment and Trade Promotion Program took place in Bình Phước province on March 26 with the participation of representatives from Laos Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry and leaders from department and enterprises in Bình Phước province.
The program aims to further promote investment, trade, and sustainable development relations between Vietnam and Laos in general, and between Bình Phước province and cities and provinces in Laos in particular. It especially focuses on enhancing links between enterprises in Bình Phước, Vietnam, and Laos in the agriculture sector. Addressing the program, Sisawat Homdara, Deputy Chief of the Office of the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, said Laos currently has 18 investment projects in Vietnam with a total registered capital of over $110 million. Lao enterprises have received assistance from Vietnamese authorities, he said, expressing a hope for increased cooperation in the agriculture sector with Bình Phước province in the near future. The Lao delegation, along with departments, enterprises, and cooperatives from Bình Phước province, engaged in discussions to explore new directions to enhance bilateral investment and trade promotion between the two countries, especially in the agriculture sector.
Bùi Gia Mập district in Bình Phước province is home to 22 ethnic groups, accounting for over 36% of the total population. To preserve and promote traditional cultural characteristics as well as enhance the spiritual lives of ethnic community, the district regularly allocates funds and mobilizes social resources to invest in cultural activity.
Based on a review and assessment of the current status of infrastructure and cultural facilities, Bùi Gia Mập district has developed plans and allocated land and budget funds, while mobilizing businesses and individuals to participate in building cultural facilities in villages around the local area. On average, the district allocates around 3.5 billion Vietnam dong annually for cultural, physical education, and sports activities, excluding expenditure for basic construction projects. Additionally, social funds for cultural activities amount to approximately 500 million Vietnam dong each year. All communes and villages in Bùi Gia Mập district now have cultural houses. Of these, 6 have cultural, sports, and community learning centers at the commune level and village sports centers that meet standards under the new rural area criteria. The spiritual life of local people is fully taken care of, encouraging active participation in preserving South traditional values and creating a healthy cultural environment.
Ladies and gentlemen, General Secretary of Vietnam Nguyễn Phú Trọng made phone talk with Russian President Vladimir Putin on March 26.
The Vietnamese leader warmly congratulated President Putin on being re-elected as Russian president for the 2024 to 2030 term. General Secretary Trong also sent his regards and deep condolences to President Putin, the Russian people and relatives of victims in the recent terrorist attack in Moscow. Vietnam appreciates the great help of the Russian Federation in the former Soviet Union before as well as today to Vietnam, he said, emphasizing that the comprehensive strategic partnership with Russia is always among the top priorities in Vietnam's foreign policy. President Putin thanked the congratulations of General Secretary Trong, and condolences of the party, state and people of Vietnam over the losses of the Russian people in the terrorist attack. The Russian leader affirmed that Vietnam is always a friend and reliable partner of the Russian Federation. During the talks, the two leaders also discussed and agreed on a number of directions to promote bilateral cooperation. On this occasion, General Secretary Trong invited President Putin to visit Vietnam. President Putin accepted the invitation with pleasure.
On the occasions of the 93rd anniversary of establishment of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Union, March 26, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính presided over a meeting and dialogue with the youth on the morning of March 26 in Hanoi.
The event, the second of its kind, attracted the participation of 300 standout young people nationwide. Prime Minister Chin and representatives of ministries and branches answered 16 questions raised by young delegates on digital transformation. The youth suggested the government continue completing a legal system and code of conduct on digital platforms, while establishing communications tools and channels that enable residents to respond and contribute to the national digital transformation. Addressing the event, the government leader said, "Digitalization is an inevitable trend across the globe, which has unlocked potential and unprecedented development opportunities in the history. Together with green economy, circular economy, among others, digital transformation is a new locomotive for the country to become a developing country, with a modern industry and upper middle income by 2030, and a developed, high-income nation by 2045, he stressed. Against this backdrop, the government leader ordered the youth to uphold their pioneering spirit to raise public awareness of digital transformation, propose policies on digitalization, promote administrative reform through digital technologies, and bolster research and development activities in the area.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken co-chaired the first Vietnam-U.S. dialogue at the foreign ministerial level in Washington, D.C. on March 25th local time.
This was also the first ministerial-level dialogue between the two countries, since they established their comprehensive strategic partnership in September 2023. Describing the dialogue as an important opportunity to review and promote the implementation of high-level agreements, Blinken affirmed that the U.S. values its comprehensive strategic partnership with Vietnam and supports a strong, independent, resilient, and prosperous Vietnam. He emphasized the U.S.'s commitment to implementing the new relationship framework and agreements of the two countries' high-ranking leaders. CERN, for his part, asserted the U.S. is a strategically important partner of Vietnam, emphasizing that the upgrade of the bilateral relations is a right decision. Vietnam will continue working with the U.S. to implement the bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership in an increasingly effective, substantive, and stable direction, he added. The two officials then discussed measures to deepen relations between the two countries. They also exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual concern.
The national flag carrier Vietnam Airlines and Vietnam Post and Telecommunication Group, or VNPT, have signed a memorandum of understanding on cooperation in providing in-flight connectivity service, making a new step forward during the digital transformation process.
Accordingly, Vietnam Airlines plans to offer internet access to passengers on some of its aircraft in 2025 on international flights to the US and Europe and some domestic flights. The service will be carried out on the remaining aircraft and flights from 2026. To that end, VNPT will coordinate with Vietnam Airlines to build a roadmap, complete procedures, install hardware and software, and support operations. The speed of the carrier's in-flight internet network is expected to be up to 60 megabits per second, there are currently more than 1,000 commercial aircraft worldwide equipped with in-flight connectivity service. And the figure is hoped to increase to more than 24,000 by 2035.
And that has just wrapped up our bulletin today. To rewatch our news, please download app BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channels. Thank you for watching and see you next time in our bulletins. Goodbye for now.